Hey guys and gals, my Cricket113. Hope everybody's doing well. Election day today. So if you went out and voted, I hope you did your thing, your due diligence, or maybe you did those mail-in ballots. I don't know. But just saying hi. It's been a while. Haven't really been posting. Put a short up a little bit ago about the President JFK 3 over there. Still using it, I use it until I give it away or whatever. So I think I'm gonna put the George FCC back in line because honestly, well, go watch the short. You'll understand what I'm talking about. But I think I'll put the George FCC back in line because I do need FM. Because of the Timber and I use FM. That's what we use. I can't get her to switch back to AM or sideband. But so that's what we use, and I like to have sideband on a radio, and that noise canceling receive circuitry that they have on there is great. The JFK has that, and it's a good positive there that the JFK President JFK has the. Turn the squelch all the way up. Has the noise canceling reduction circuit on it, which is awesome. Front firing speaker, which I love, and the filtering is really good. Like I said, noise blanker, automatic noise limiter, your bunch of other little features in there, and the lights and all those doodads. But I just didn't like I said, the no RF gain adjustment, no power adjustment like McKinley has there, and some of the other radios and that president makes, and no channel changing knob. I am a stickler for the knob. Men like like knobs. Oh God, sorry. Trying to keep this PC or PG for the kids. But yeah, so otherwise it's great radio. It was made for truckers. I thought it would be great for bass if you just want AM or FM, whatever you need. Uh, because it's of the front firing speaker, because it's just the McKinley one and two. Obviously, they don't. Uh, the JFK and the Johnson, I think they're still making them. I know Right Channel Radio still make or sells the Johnson two or whatever it is. Has front firing speaker, so I like that. Now, if they'll just make a bass radio, hey Joby, are you listening? Make a bass radio. Uh, we need one. We're long overdue. I think. What are you gonna? We gotta. What are we gonna wait until the 50 years of CB radio since 40 channels in 1977 until you bring out a all mode plug in the wall bass radio, CB radio. I think that's something that we all could use and like, something that had some good finals in it, transistors, good MOSFETs or whatever that you could at least, and a couple potentiometers that, yes, they can golden screwdriver the radio just a little bit to boost that modulation. Just need a modulation pot and the power pot. That's all you need, really. And that would be great. Sideband, don't forget that. Everybody always says, it needs sideband. Yes, so we need all mode, AM, FM, upper, lower, and sideband. That would be great. Bass radio. Well, anyway, so yeah, just been busy, hanging out, doing family chores, mom chores, wife chores, stuff like that. Work's been steady, so that's good. Um, if you're new to the channel, howdy. We're pretty basic here, not flashy. We don't we promote products when we get them, but we're not throwing it in your face. We're just here to promote the radio hobbies, whether it be amateur radio or CB radio or GMRS, FRS, whatnot. May find some weird videos in there, some artistic flair, and maybe some cooking stuff or gardening tips from Timber. But other than that, we're just here to promote the hobby. I know there's probably been a lot of new amateurs out there, or people upgrading to general or extra amateur extra, new technicians out there. I've been hearing new voices on the repeaters, listening to the 2 meter call right now. I got it squelched up. But hey, if you're new and you got your little Baofeng or whatever you got, your new radio, maybe you spend $400 on a big 3 HT radio or whatever. If you're gonna call CQ on 520, do yourself a favor, shut your squelch off, I've made a video about this before. So set your squelch off so you can hear that weak station if there's a weak station coming in. Just a suggestion. But anyway, yeah, there's a lot of things to do, and I do in our channel here in the My Cricket 113 channel. We promote the Yaesu FT991 Alpha. It's great for new amateur radio operators or CB guys if you like all the filtering and the waterfall. Great radio to start out of the box. Price isn't too crazy yet. I mean, it's crazy, but more expensive than I paid for it 5 years ago. But great radio. You get your VHF, your UHF, 6 meters, 2 meters, 70 centimeters, all your digital modes. There's a sound card in there, so you don't need a single link to go in between the radio and the computer if you're doing digital modes. So the sound card's inside the radio, so no worries there. You got your CW in there as well. Goes from, like I said, 6 meters, 6 meters to 2 and 70 centimeters. And then you got 60 meters, which is that 5 megahertz bands. It's channelized. And you got your work bands in there. So you got your 10 meters, 12, 15, 17, 20, 30, which is all digital, or maybe CW, I'm not sure, I don't use it, but 40 meters, 60 I mentioned, 80 meters, and 160 meters. So got everything you need. As a technician, well, you cannot use all the HF privileges. You should know what your privileges are, but right out of the box, you don't have to worry about getting a 6 meter radio because it's in the Yaesu FT991 Alpha. So you'll have AM, FM, and sideband and digital modes in CW on 6 meters. And I encourage new hams to get on 6 meters. Some places have repeaters. I happen to have one nearby, 3 towns over. So I'm able to use a repeater. And there's a couple nets throughout the week on AM, 6 meters, and then also sideband. So that's awesome. It's a weird band. It's a fickle friend. It's kind of like those 49 megahertz walkie-talkies from Radio Shack back in the day. It's a fickle friend. Sometimes it's open, sometimes it's not. And when it's only open for a little bit, and then it's gone. It's crazy. But a lot of enthusiasts out there that love the magic band and use it well. So the Yaesu FT991 Alpha has 6 meters, and then 2 meters and 70 centimeters. Unlike, say, the Anytone, which you can't see right now, but the Anytone is a strictly FM-only radio for 2 meters and 70 centimeters. With the Yaesu FT991 Alpha, you can use CW, upper sideband, FM, AM, your digital stuff. Like I said, the sound card's inside the radio. You don't have to worry about that for FT8 or whatever. Hey, you get on sideband. Get yourself some Yagis, whatever you want to do. If you want to do moon bounce, satellite work, whatever you're into, 70 centimeters, same deal. So all mode radio, the 991 Alpha, all mode radio, which is great. Like I said, technician. I keep saying technician. I'm sorry. Generals and extras, you know what I'm talking about. But technicians, or maybe you're a guy, a girl that passed their exam, took their tech, passed their general, and now you have full privileges, maybe even past your extra, God bless you. But you have full privileges and you're looking for a radio, a first radio to have that has, everything you could want. So just a thought, just food for thought there. And that's what we're promoting, the hobby. We're helping each other out. There's a lot of good websites out there. There's a lot of great information, other amateur radio operators that have YouTube channels and CB radio channels. Like, I grew up, I would say, when I got back on the radio, God bless him, Eric at Farpoint Farms and Mower Junkie, John, those two guys, to this day, I am still involved in watching their stuff and making comments. Love those guys, and they are my CB radio gurus, I guess. Besides the local guys I talk to, but have their 2 channels on YouTube. I highly suggest you check them out. You'll learn a lot. Eric, he's a mechanic. He's got a bunch of channels and shows you how to do restoration work on vintage cars and whatnot. And then also he's got the mower restoration, Mower Junkie as well. And he's always building antennas, Mower Junkie. He's down in South Carolina. He's always uh, building antennas and experimenting in the yard and getting his wife on the radio and doing range tests and stuff like that. That just inspired me. Those two guys inspired me to get back into CB radio back in 2017. I got my ham ticket, technician ticket in 2019. So yeah, it's just it's been once you start getting into the radio hobby, then you start listening to shortwave, and here on the what do you call it, on the Yaesu, on an HF radio or any HF ham radio you get, you could listen to shortwave on here, and that's what's so great. I have a vertical antenna, 24-foot IMAX, and I have a 130-foot end-fed half wave hooked up to the radio and the 6-meter dipole as well. So I have all that hooked up to the radio, so I can listen to pretty much everything from like 30 kilohertz all the way up to about 500 megahertz. So that's what's great also, listening. Shortwave radio is a hobby. We kind of promote it here. We have a couple videos in the queue on my Cricket113. I got over 1,000 videos, so please watch, and maybe learn, laugh, comment, whatever. Like I said, but you could listen to everything, and that's what I do a lot of the times now. I'm not really talking too much on the air. There may be a couple contests here and there. Haven't really been playing radio except for Timber and I using CB here and talking to a buddy on certain bands in the state. But there's a lot to listen to out there. Unfortunately, shortwave, there's not many stations out there, but there are world stations. There's WRMI. I got a QSL card from them. They were awesome. But, there's 2 channels for them. I do listen to the Canadian broadcast, which is their Toronto news on 6.7, or sorry, 6 megahertz. So it's 6.070. They come a little weak down here, which is weird, but whatever. Maybe it's because they're too close. Or maybe they're just broadcasting towards their region, not down south here, but whatever. And AM broadcasts, like for medium wave. Oh, I got the 6-meter up right now. Hold on for a second. Let me switch antennas here for you. Quick little switch there. So medium wave, which is going to be your AM broadcast. If you got some wires out the window or a beam or something, you can listen to ball games and baseball, football, basketball, hockey, other states in your countries, or other countries, I should say, if you're in Europe or anywhere else. You could listen to whatever. Listen to the country, listen to other countries. So AM broadcasts, I listen to that a lot. But hey, long video, it's 13 minutes, so I might as well cut out of here because that's my lucky number. But just trying to promote the hobby. Hope everybody's doing well, like I said. And, keep playing with those radios. Share, like, subscribe, make a comment, and I'll get back to you. There's no AI on this channel. It's all bare bones with my Cricket113. All right, guys and gals, take care of yourself. 7-3, God bless, and keep playing radio. Bye-bye.